What is Galunde?
It's jumping off something.
Experience, Veron. Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
Hello everyone and welcome to Freestyle Frenzy. My name is Craig Rodman. Today from our studios, we're going to go to Park City, home of the Utah Winter Sports Park, and check out the Galunde National Championships with Bob Holmes and Rod Elijah. So without any further delay, let's go to the Utah Winter Sports Park, home of the 2002 Winter Olympics. Check it out.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Utah Winter Sports Park just outside Park City, Utah for the 1998 Paul Mitchell Pro Galunde National Championship. I'm Rod Elijah, and along with me, Bob Holm, two-time Olympian and former Nordic jumper. And Bob, today, the perfect weather for ski jumping.
Absolutely, Rod. The hill's in great shape, and these athletes have had some good training this morning. They feel they're going to be able to break their hill record of 284 feet. This is a slightly smaller hill than we've seen in prior events. This is going to lend itself to the power jumper. What I mean by power jumper is, in addition to good flying, they need good, powerful takeoffs.
Well, a lot is on the line today, not only the title of national champion, but also the prestigious Alta Cup. For more on that, let's go to the third member of our TV posse, Noel Lyons, and three-time winner, Doug Mkhize.
This event is real special to me. It's the national championships, and we're jumping for the Alta Cup today. And it's a trophy that's been passed around between the national champions for 33 years now. Since it originated in Alta, Utah.
Well, good luck to you in your efforts. Hopefully you can beat the record, and hopefully the hill will see a new record set today.
Well, thanks, Noel. Good luck to all of our jumpers. First on the hill, Lynn Wenzel from Lafayette, Colorado.
What drives me for Galunde? Well, I work a 8-to-5 technical job, storage automation, and Galunde is really my release, my freedom from my office chair. It gets me up to speed, gets me out into the air. I kind of consider it my validation in life.
Scoring for today's national championship based on a system that awards 1 point for every foot the skier jumps through the air and 30 possible points for style and form.
This is a good example of what the judges are looking for, solid style and a good landing.
A total of 6 jumps for our competitors here in Park City. For those uninitiated, the form very different than Nordic, where you made your Olympic stand, Bob. These guys' quest is for speed, 60 miles an hour coming off the rim.
Absolutely. Keeping the speed in Galunde jumping is crucial. We'll watch Lynn here jump solid out over his skis.
And there he goes, Mr. Chalmaine, with 3 years
happy with that distance.
Great
Lafayette,
form,
Colorado.
269 feet, a personal best.
All right, let's take another look. Comfortable in-run leads to good timing on the end. Lynn has great timing. Knees not quite extended. What that's going to allow him to do, extend into the air, moves comfortably into his flying position with his poles trailing. He's coming over that knoll with good style. He should pick up some good style for this. Looks like he backs out a little quick. As a result, gets a little bit behind on that landing, but still a solid jump.
269 feet for Lynn Wenzel, and that'll put him into first place, but a lot of jumpers still here to go.
That's my best. PB, personal best. Skied powder all day yesterday, and this is my first rides today. Oh, it was sweet. Having a ball.
Now sliding into the gate, Ron Norton from Steamboat Springs, Colorado, 7th after our first 2 rounds of jumps. A total of 6 jumps here at the Nationals, 571 points currently for Norton here at the Utah Winter Sports Park.
The hill's skiing great. It's a lot of fun, so we got to take that in stride and have a good time.
The best previous jump for Norton, 83 meters, 263 feet. His first jump in round number 3.
Looks clean going into the air, doing a little bit of steering with that arm. Still a good jump. What I mean by steering is he's using those hands to guide himself through the air.
The look of concentration from Ron Norton. And Bob, this is where the anxieties start to take hold.
Absolutely. These guys are concentrating hard on getting a good push out of the gate into a solid in run, and then it's just quick off the end, smooth into the air, and then it's just enjoying the ride.
Very nice in run, nice launch, and a good flight down the hill.
That's a great jump for Ron, 266 feet. Let's take another look from the flight angle. Looks good in the air, nice wide V, ready to come in for a soft landing. enjoying those great conditions on the hill.
Ron, how was that last jump? How'd it feel?
Oh, it felt great. Still not the distance that I want, but boy, it's a wonderful ride. It was great, a lot of fun.
The Paul Mitchell Pro Galante National Championships are being presented by Paul Mitchell Professional Salon Products. Brought to you by Serac, technology you can wear. By Big Dogs, Big Dogs, Big Dogs. By Maxit, Air It Out. And by Outdoor Products, Packs for Life. Who stands a ghost of a chance of winning the national championships? We'll find out when we come back to Park City.
What is Galunde?
Galunde, I don't know.
What is Galunde?
I have no idea.
Welcome back to Park City, Utah for the Paul Mitchell Pro Galante National Championships. Rod Elisha along with Bob Holmes. In the gate for his sixth and final jump of the day, Walt Wilson from Missoula, Montana, some new blood in the sport.
I like to get all jacked up about it, amped, breathe really hard, start bouncing my feet, sliding my feet, get zoned in, think of it in my head, go through it a couple times, and just think of where I want to go to the bottom.
Last year's amateur champion, now a pro, gunning for the top. Sixth after the first round, currently in third place following this jump.
I'll tell you, I like this guy's in run. Low, tight, aerodynamic. Gets off a little bit early. As a result, makes a correction going into the air. Still has a good flight down that way.
272 feet on that jump, his best of the day. But he has a chance to move into first place with a good jump here.
Okay, buddy. Here's where he's talking about getting amped up and ready to go. Gets a good push off. Getting that in run again. Nice, low, solid. Coming onto that table. Again, jumps a little early. As a result, makes that correction. Still not a bad jumper, Rolf.
85 meters, 269 feet. Not his best effort of the day, but it will move him into first place, at least temporarily.
Let's take a look at this takeoff. When I say early, you can see here on the end of the jump, he's actually fully extended. He has nowhere to go here. As a result, his skis are going to drop. He makes a correction to pull those skis up with his upper body and just have to settle in. Still makes a nice correction going into the air. Good job.
One of our better jumps of the day, again, Walt Wilson from Missoula, Montana, currently in first place.
That's sweet. Got a little tilt in it, not too bad, but rode it out just fine. 85 meters, that's good enough for me. 86 is my record, best of my year. Awesome, I'm happy. Last jump was awesome.
Still jumping great because it's in great condition thanks to all the preparation from guys like Chuck Eckert.
Chuck, a lot of preparation goes into events. What kind of preparation did you go through for this jump today?
This event today was a little bit difficult. We had a lot of snow this week, a couple of feet. We had to use our snow cat to cat the hill, the winch cat, self-propelled, and we dug the in-run down and raked it out and put a new track in.
Now there's a bit of a breeze today. How does that affect the jumpers?
Conditions today are super, very, very good. The air's going right up the hill, and the skiers are going to love it.
There you have it. Perfect day, perfect conditions. Back to you, Rod.
Thanks, Noel. Back to the top of the jump hill, and Mike Wogren, one of two brothers participating in this event.
And, flying over 300 feet on a pair of alpine skis is just, an unbelievable rush. Slow motion air. The world just drops out from underneath you, and you're just floating out there. And when you stick one, it's just, there's nothing better in the world.
Well, he had to have a great feeling on his previous jump. 263 feet. Beautiful carry down the hill. His best effort of the day so far. He's going to have to do better than that if he wants to move up the ranks. One of four brothers that compete in Galande, two participating in the Nationals today.
Here we go. Mike's on the end run. Coming on the table real strong. Has some problems going into the air. Makes a nice correction, but lands it on one foot. We're going to have to take a look back at that replay to see what happened.
267 feet is best jump of the day, but not good enough to move into first place.
No room for air in Galande jumping. He comes on the takeoff, jumps a little bit off that right leg. As a result, we're going to see the adjustments he's going to have to make later in the flight. As he comes over that knoll, you can see him searching for that stability with those hips. He's going to bring it in, only he's going to be on one foot. You can see the amount of torque he puts on that ski. These guys are handling a lot of impact.
But all in all, I think the sport, the event went really well. The track just kept getting faster and faster, and I'm pretty happy. I mean, I'm down here, got both my legs under me, and
4 jumpers remain at the Paul Mitchell Pro Galante National Championships, including world record holder Jeff Wolgren.
Gelände-Sprung.
Gelände, what is what? Gelände?
Gelände.
I have no idea.
What's Gelände-Sprung?
What? I have no idea.
Back to Utah Winter Sports Park, one of the sites for the 2002 Olympic Winter Games, just minutes from Park City, Utah. The impeccable service of the Hampton Inn, our host this weekend for the Paul Mitchell Pro Galante National Championships. Now in the start area, Jeff Wolgren, the world record holder in Galante, 328 feet.
He's won this Alta Cup 5 times. Jeff, are you looking for a 6th today?
Yeah, I'd really like to see that happen. Nobody else has ever done that 6 times, so that would really end my career, or actually put an exclamation point on my career. So definitely, I would love that.
Jeff Wolgren back from a serious knee injury that occurred on the jump following the world record. Bob, how heavily will that weigh on your mind?
In my experience, injuries, you never get over them, but you just get better and better and deal with them. I'll tell you, Jeff has absolutely dealt with his injury in phenomenal form. His longest jump of the day, 277 feet, solid landing.
Well, he was 3rd in Steamboat Springs at the start of the year, 2nd in Missoula, Montana. Perhaps a 1st place right here will make the recovery full.
Jeff has a good jump on this. He's going to be making it awfully tough for the competitor still standing on top. Looks strong into the air, has a little bit of problem, brings his arms out, still brings it in nice. That's going to make it tough.
Beautiful jump, 271 feet. That will move him into 1st place.
Looking from the bottom, we see Jeff coming onto the table. He jumps cleanly into the air, quickly into his air flight position. That's a perfect feat. You can see here, his arms quiet, poles trailing. This is textbook Galante jumping. This is as good a flight position as you can get in this equipment. A little bit of trouble down below, but I think that's due more to the lack of air. Still a fantastic jump.
It felt real good. It was a strong jump for me. I pushed through it a little bit at the end, which kind of dropped me onto the hill a little bit sooner.
So Jeff Wolgren in 1st place, but Pat Arnone from Steamboat Springs, Colorado.
On the end run, you're bouncing around a little bit and you're on. And once you're in the air, it's just you feel the pressure of the wind because you open up, and it's just it's almost kind of surreal because it's real quiet, and compared to being on the end run you're bouncing around and making noise and you're in your tuck, and once you're up stretched out, you're just kind of float, almost like a floating.
This one's for Trent.
Patrick Arnone, keeping in mind Trent Runkle, last year's Alta Cup champion, a good friend, was injured and not participating in this year's match.
Pat loves to fly the V. He likes to get it out there as wide as he can. Right there, it's almost as big as an H. Still, gets down the hill, but he's going to need a really strong jump to pull up into the top 3.
His best effort of the day, 271 feet, round 1, jump 1. What he needs, Bob, 319 points. That would be a jump of 289 feet with perfect style.
I'll tell you, 289 feet is going to land him right about in the parking lot. I don't know if he has it in him. Gets off, has a little bit of height over the knoll, brings it in. Doesn't look like he's in the parked car.
261 feet, and that is not going to do it today.
Comes over the knoll, you can see he's searching and trying to steer with those arms. They need to be a little bit tighter. And still, you can see that H. He loves to fly the wide V.
Good effort by Patrick Arnone, but he came into the final round in 2nd place, and currently he sits 3rd.
The wind definitely played a factor. My last ride, there was no wind at all. I got out there and it was a good ride, and I was on top of it, and there's just no air pressure, and without the wind, you can't fly.
Next up, Tim Down the Hill McGill from Steamboat, Colorado, no stranger to jump.
I got started early ski jumping. I grew up over here at Steamboat, and so it's second nature to me. My first contest, I was 4 years old, got 3rd place in it, and from that time on, I've been building jumps and jumping them. It's a thrill, it's fun, it's good skiing.
Bob, this guy is gung-ho and fearless, and what he lacks in technique, he more than makes up with speed, power, and aggression.
I'll tell you, Tim's one of the most powerful jumpers out here on the hill. The only thing Tim lacks is a solid V position. You can see as he jumps off in this fire jump, the small V, the speed then come together. He doesn't get the lift that the other jumpers get.
Still good distance, 272 feet, his best effort of the day. You see the shadows starting to creep in as Tim Down the Hill McGill on the in-run.
Tim's on. Tim typically sits on a higher end run, decreasing that speed he gets. But you can see how hard he jumps, gets those skis under him, gets a little bit off balance, and coming in short.
Way off axis on that jump, 266 feet.
You can see how high Tim sits. That's decreasing that speed. He jumps so hard, ducks that chest to try to make some sort of adjustment as he goes into the air. That's not going to make up for it when the skis are right in front of him. What he needs is to get that V out, get clean air, lifting his body.
Here with Tim down the hill. Mkhize, what'd you do on that last jump? How'd you feel?
Well, I felt a little out of balance. I jumped really hard trying to get way down the hill, and it didn't quite work out for me.
One jumper still to go here at Park City. That jumper leaped in Lloyd Thor's route 5 times Alta Cup champ.
What's Galunde?
No idea.
What is Galunde?
Galunde? Never heard of him.
Welcome back to Park City, Utah for the Paul Mitchell Pro Galunde National Championship. The championship being presented by Paul Mitchell Professional Salon Products and being brought to you by Serac, technology you can wear. By Big Dogs, Big Dogs, Big Dogs. By Maxit, air it out. By Outdoor Products, Packs for Life. And today's event coming to you from the Utah Winter Sports Park near Park City, Utah. Rather ominous looking up the hill. Just think of what the competitors look at from the top when they're full of anxiety. And one mistake could mean serious injury.
These competitors make it look so easy, however, it's not always like that. A lot of times there's some falls. Fortunately, with the conditions the way they are on this hill, very few serious injuries. Let's take a look earlier from a jump from Dean Cork. Everything looks just normal coming onto the end run in a good position. Jumps into the air, skis get caught underneath him, no V. As a result, he gets off axis, takes a big tumble, slides all the way down. Here's another look. Those skis are stuck under him. He doesn't have a chance to get any air on top of his body. You can see here, we're pre-releasing from his skis, sitting so far in the back seat. Fortunately, Dean has the state of mind just to relax and slide down the hill.
And the dynamic and the power flying through the air, you see the ski snap in half. A $500 pair of downhill skis out the window and down the hill. Look at it one more time from a different angle. Bob, it looks like the trouble starts right at takeoff.
That's true. Everything looks all right here, but it looks like he finishes the jump a little bit early. He's coming high with the chest, brings those skis directly under him, never allows lift to be started in the air flight. As a result, he makes that correction with the hip, not as lucky as some of the other competitors, takes a big hit.
Dean Cork is fine. The skis see better days.
Well, just don't try to stay up. Just get down, do the slide for life, and relax, and don't try to fight it or you'll blow a knee or something. You just got to ride it out. That's basically what you do.
Our final competitor in the gate, Lloyd Thorsrud, known as Leapin' Lloyd.
Oh, I ski raced all my life, so I did a lot of downhill racing, where you catch a lot of air downhill racing, but you try to stay on the ground, and that progressed to wanting to fly, so I started Galunde.
It doesn't get much better than this. A 5-time Alta Cup champ, currently in first place in Jeff Wogren. 5-time Alta Cup champ, Lloyd Thorsrud, here shown in a previous jump with a chance to win.
Lloyd showing his veteran style here, so quiet into the air, nice V. I'll tell you, he's one of the more stylish guys out there on the hill. He could give Jeff a run for his money if he has a big distance on this last jump.
Quite frankly, he is going to need a huge jump, tremendous style points. He's got to dial in and hit it perfectly.
You're right, Rod. Pat Arnone earlier had to land in the parking lot. Lloyd has to land somewhere near the Colorado state line. Comes on the table, gives it a good try though, solid into the air. Doesn't quite have it. Looks like he gave up a little towards the end.
Well, he came into the final round in 3rd place. 272 feet, his best effort of the day, but not enough to win. He'll finish 2nd.
Looks pretty coming in the air. Nice flight position. Towards the end, he brings his arm back, maybe in reaction to less wind down the hill. But I'll tell you, he comes in perfectly in balance as his skis touch in, unlike some of the other competitors.
I enjoyed it. That was felt so good at last jumper, so I wanted to really nail it. I lost it in the 2nd round. I jumped too short twice, but I really wanted to have one that last jump since I was last on the mountain, and hopefully I'll be hanging in there for the top 3 spots.
It was a blast.
The Paul Mitchell Pro Galande National Championship final standing. Jeff Wogren wins his 6th Alta Cup with 904 points. Lloyd Thorsrud finishes 2nd. Walt Wilson 3rd. Patrick Arnone 4th with 871. Now let's go to the winner's circle and the presentation.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Jeff Wogren for his unprecedented 6th Alta Cup National Championship in Galande. This is the leap that sent him into the record.
Great jump by a seasoned veteran.
Jeff, this is your 6th national championship, but more than that, it was very sentimental because this is the last time you'll be jumping on this hill. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, this hill's been really wonderful to me. You know, I've only skied this hill 3 times, and I've won it all 3 times. So I knew, you know, coming into this event, I was real confident, and since my knee surgery, I was really targeting this event as the one that I wanted to let it all hang out on. So it's a real thrill to win this hill right before we tear it down and start the Olympic venues. Then we're looking forward to those, but this hill's been very special to me.
That wraps up the competition from the Utah Winter Sports Park, and what a competition it was. Some tremendous jumping.
Absolutely. In those last couple rounds, we had 8 guys within 10 feet or 2 ski lengths of each other. They were really fighting for it.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and congratulations to Jeff Wogren winning his unprecedented 6th Alta Cup. Well, that'll do it from here in Utah. For Bob Holm and Noel Lyons, I'm Rod Elisha. Until next time, so long, everybody.
One more try. Do you know what Galande is?
I don't know.
No.
No.